This is Rob Van Dam, and you're watching Cold TV. Bam.
Salutations, everybody, and welcome to this very special AEW Wrestledream prediction show. I'm Xlj the Og, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. B-Roll.
What is this crap? This stuff slaps.
It's the Wrestledream theme, brother. And we also got with us the Wrestle Talk Drip God himself, Hambone. How you doing, brother?
Hi.
And we've got with us our good, close, personal friend, Extreme League Wrestling.
Top rope, I will catch a vibe indeed. I will be catching a vibe this Sunday.
Yeah. And finally, you know him. You love him. He is the velvet-voiced god of Wrestle Talk. The best Gout Machine.
Greetings and salutations. I feel splendiferous and sexy.
You are sexy. You're all sexy. And boy, oh boy, I don't know about
all
you
five
boys.
of us are.
Yes. And my nipples are so hard. Not only for this theme that slaps, but for Wrestledream this Sunday. And I so badly just want to say Tokyo Dome! But no, it's not in the Tokyo Dome. It is in Seattle at the Climate Pledge Arena. And guys, I gotta say, for like a pay-per-view that was kind of like put together last minute, this is looking pretty fucking stacked. Like,
it's every AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is what they do.
Doing? Their card doesn't look good. What are they going to do? And then all of a sudden,
boom,
banger.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
But I got to say, man, especially after Wednesday night, I am so fucking pumped for this show. Like, a lot of people even saying Wednesday night's Dynamite was like one of the best go-home shows in AEW history, which is crazy.
I would agree with that. Absolutely. That ending angle, the final promo battle between Swerve and Hangman. Yeah, my nipples are hard for this thing,
and I want to tell you why, kids. I want to tell you why. They focused, actually, for once, less on the matches and like giving you like small little previews of the matches that are going to come by putting them in these multi-man blah blah blahs, and they let the people sell the pay-per-view, like that Hangman and Swerve promo. Like,
yeah, we're going to talk about that here a little bit. Man, that thing, holy shit, yeah. But, man, Wrestledream is a loaded and stacked card, and I cannot wait till this Sunday. Let's just get right into it. Look at all these beautiful men and women on this poster. I can't wait to see them all compete. But
naked.
Practically.
Well, pretty much. Well, first off, we did find out this past week on Dynamite that Adam Cole is out for a period of time with an injury, unfortunately, that he sustained at Grand Slam. So now we are getting a handicap match, a 2-on-1 match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions with your AEW World Champion and Ring of Honor Tag Champion MJF defending against the number one contenders, the Righteous. First and foremost, how surprised is everybody that the Righteous is the one getting this title shot? Because I have to say, I'm for it. I'm so happy that they're the number one contender.
I would say that I am not surprised at all because, before Adam Cole got hurt, I think it's pretty obvious that, MJF and Adam Cole were going to win this match. So I'm not surprised that they're in it. I love the Righteous, but I think, in this case, the plan was, well, put them in there with a team that they can beat. They're not putting MJF and Adam Cole against any real contenders that they're actually going to drop the titles to yet because they want to continue this storyline. So I'm not surprised that they're in it, just not for great reasons.
Yeah, I feel like, do you feel like, I thought going into it, obviously it was going to be the Kingdom Challenge. But you think maybe they're saving that for down the road, perhaps, is what their initial thought process was?
Probably.
And they made the Righteous look really good lately with them. They beat the Hardys a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And won the number
They-
one contenders. It's been a 4-way. And the vignettes have been killing it too. I mean, Vincent's always been a super talented guy. So to see him get like the shine, I love it, dude.
I dig it, man.
I dig
it.
what you're saying, man.
Yeah, I mean, and then you've always got Dutch in there going.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I enjoy that.
So let me ask you guys this. Like, obviously, we saw how Wednesday night ended. Like, is there going to be something from that, some fallout from that involved? Does perhaps a Jay White come out and try to seek revenge and cost MJF and Adam Cole the ROH tag titles?
I have a theory.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
Strap on, boys. We're going to need a tinfoil hat for this one. Listen, do I believe that Adam Cole is injured? Yes. To what extent? That's, in my opinion, a little up to interpretation. My gaslighting sense is kind of tingling here. Because, okay, so you mean to tell me that Adam Cole, an individual who's, associated with many people in the wrestling industry, particularly he is associated with, I don't know, including himself, groups of 4. However you slice it, there's 2 groups of 3 men who have interweaved into Adam Cole's pro wrestling career. And I'm just saying one of those henchmen did look like he had a brace underneath his balaclava there. And I didn't want to say the devil looked particularly the build of MJF, because MJF has a badonka-donk, as we all know, and whoever was wearing that mask had no ass. What I am saying is that they had a similar build, physical build to Adam Cole. So I'm not saying that this is Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era or the Kingdom and Roderick Strong. I don't know. But what I am saying is that there is some trickery afoot, and I do believe that they play a role in this match. I feel like there is something afoot here, and my spidey sense is going crazy.
So
I am saying that it's Adam Cole and the Kingdom and Roddy, but I think that they're going to. That's how they're going to lose these belts. We're going to see MJF somehow pull out a win here. That he's not going to drop the titles to the Righteous. And then Adam eventually will come back. They will continue as tag team champions until the Kingdom somehow get a title shot. And that is where Adam Cole turns on MJF. Gives the Kingdom the titles and reveals that it was him in the devil mask.
Yep.
And possibly we get MJF Cole 3 at Full Gear.
No.
Well, no.
They're already saying MJF and Switchblade at Full Gear.
Yeah.
So then
You
probably
do that one.
Winter's coming.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think Revolution.
Or, Winter's coming. I could see it happening.
Well, because here's the thing, though. Like, this Cole story is great, but in kayfabe, Max's contract's coming up.
Yeah.
We're 4 months away, basically, from finding out what happens with that.
But,
You know what the crazy part about this storyline is to me? Adam Cole is probably going to be the one to turn. And somehow, he is going to be the heel in it, even though we have seen MJF try to turn on Cole time and time again. But when
Try
Adam
to
Cole
throw him off a
turns,
boat.
he's going to be the heel somehow.
Amazing.
But we've also seen Adam Cole do the same thing, like crouching down to do the super kick. I mean,
but I feel like that was only leading up to their world title match. You know what I mean? And then after
Who
that,
hasn't done it to the best
kind
man?
of completely dropped.
Yeah.
Acting like he was going to turn. But MJF, it's every week he's doing something.
But what it shows you is that Adam Cole is even more of a master supervillain, and we're totally not talking pay-per-view anymore. Cole has had this. My theory is Cole has had this plan from the beginning.
Sure. Yeah.
Roderick's in on it. The Kingdom's in on it. Kyle O'Reilly's in on it. Maybe even Jay White's in on it.
Oh.
And maybe Bobby Fish. No, never mind.
Yeah, like whenever I was thinking this, I was like, maybe it's the Undisputed Era, and I'm like, would they bring back Bobby Fish though? That's the real question. Because Kyle O'Reilly has been out for quite a long time, So maybe it's a thing where, I don't know, Roderick and Cole like rekindle their friendship and they both go, well, we don't need the fucking Kingdom and we don't need MJF.
But
it's interesting. Like it could be so many. It could be so many plethora of
back to the original question that was asked. Does the ending of Dynamite play any involvement into this match? I think if it does, I think the goons or whatever you want to call them at this point, like like the creatures that look like the little putty things that came out of Power Rangers. I think if they come out at all, I think they help MJF win.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Lord Zed was the guy in the mask.
That makes sense because here's the thing: we can take away from all this the one thing that we do know, the common denominator, the factor, whoever the man in the mask was, has no ass. Keep
no ass to be found.
No ass to be found. That's what we do know, folks. We all know Lord Zed was assless.
This man has no ass. I say again, no ass. No ass.
Quote him.
I did not expect us to talk about this match this much.
No juicy dunk.
I think it's more so
let's
about.
Be honest. It's been like 60% MJF's ass that we're talking.
Right.
About.
True. Also, slight note here. Vincent's voice. I'm always surprised that it's the tone that it is, because he's a very soft-spoken guy actually. But you look at him and he kind of looks like he smokes 2 packs of Marlboros a day. I love the guy, but his voice doesn't match the physical appearance.
It's very peculiar, but. No, I think you guys hit the nail on the head. In my opinion, I do think MJF retains, but I do think it's like we're going to play more on the storyline of the let's just call them the putties led by the assless devil. We'll end up helping him retain the title.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the whole point. Is whoever is the putties, which probably is the Kingdom, will help MJF win here. MJF will get blamed for jumping Jay White, all while saying that it wasn't him. And obviously nobody's going to believe him because he's a scumbag. And then the whole point is...
He's my scumbag.
He's
the
all
whole point
scumbag.
is to keep the titles on him and Adam Cole until the Kingdom somehow find a way to get a tag title shot so that Adam Cole can turn. So yeah, they probably will interfere and help him win because the point is to keep the titles on them until they can take them.
Fair enough. Is everybody in agreement MJF retains?
MJF.
MJF.
And his juicy ass.
His juicy
He
ass.
doesn't need a tag partner.
That ass main evented Wembley Stadium.
He's got the
alone.
He's
that
got
ass alone sold 70,000 tickets.
That and
Yes.
Fozzy. MJF's ass and Fozzy sold out Wembley Stadium, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you guys. All right, up next, let's talk about this one that was just added Wednesday. Ricky Starks to go one-on-one against the Blackpool Combat Club's Wheeler Yuta.
Ricky Starks got a great ass.
Ricky Starks has a phenomenal ass.
I will solely be giving my predictions on this episode just based off asses. Asses
I think
alone.
Wheeler Yuta really has an ass, so Ricky
exactly.
Starks.
So Ricky automatically gets my vote.
Ricky wins.
I'm not going to do this justice because this will be a good match. But you know what this match tells me? Ricky Stark needs a win.
Yeah.
Listen.
Also, it tells me Ricky Starks is a Home Depot man, and how dare you besmirch the name of Lowe's? Hottest steak I've ever had on Cole TV. Lowe's is better than Home Depot. Don't at me.
You take it back, you son of a bitch.
Ricky Stark should not have lost the last match against Danielson. As far as I'm concerned, that was bullshit. I mean, a loss for Danielson would not have hurt him at all. And they just keep doing this start-stop shit with Ricky. As someone who's a massive fan of his, I'm getting pretty sick of it. Ricky should be higher on the card than he is, and the fact that he's going in against this
baby,
this charisma suck, got the fucking personality of a piece of cardboard Wheeler Yuta, Danielson's young boy. I'm a little annoyed by it.
That's
that he's
fair.
Not getting pushed higher up the card. I honestly think Ricky Stark's going to follow Cody and Jade right out of AEW because they just won't pull the trigger on him.
Yeah,
Ricky wants a full course meal.
I hate to agree with you. They need, give him the international title. Like after Ray Phoenix has had a small run, like a respectable enough run to where we're not burying the guy, put it on Ricky.
3 weeks.
Well, probably a little longer than 3 weeks.
All right,
4. 2 months.
Oh, 2 months. You're generous. I agree. Everything with Hambone saying, like, okay, great. Ricky's on the card. I'm sure this will be a great matchup, but he deserves so much better. I mean, if Ricky Starks don't win this match, we riot. I'm sorry, but Ricky Starks is winning this damn thing.
Yeah,
I will burn down a Home Depot.
Yes, indeed. I have my own personal. If X person doesn't win, we riot. But I will mention it when we get there.
All right, fair enough. Oh. Well, up next, let's talk about the 4-way matchup where the winner gets a AEW tag title shot. But pay close attention to the end there, folks. Anytime. So the Young Bucks going up against the Guns from Bullet Club Gold. Going up against the new team of Orange Cassidy and Hook and the Lucha Brothers. I think this should be an exciting 4-way matchup. Like
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it. Why?
Why? Because of my stupid brain. Something tells me that the anytime thing, I'm telling you, I'm convinced if either the Guns or the Bucks win, they insert themselves into the Aussie Open FTR match.
See, I disagree. If it's I'll go ahead and give my pick. I think it's the Guns. I think they do insert themselves later in the night after the match is over. They're not going to actively compete in it. It's going to be after Aussie Open and FTR beat the piss out of each other. Then the Guns come out.
I believe we're going to get 2 awesome entrances from the Guns.
Pew, pew, guns up.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew. Many men, many men wish death upon me, but I don't. Oh, sorry.
He doesn't pay the money for them all the time for that one.
True. But since CM Punk got fired, we will pay Europe again.
Oh, there's no doubt about it that I want to talk about that when we get to that main event, but yeah.
So I will say, for me personally, logically here, I'm thinking the Bucks. But in my heart of hearts, I may be banned from Cole TV for the rest of my life, and I don't care, but this is just how I feel. I feel like the Bucks should win. I feel like the Guns should win this. So I'm with you on it. No matter what chicane, no matter what words, things, tomfoolery, that's a word. Whatever tomfoolery shenanigans, yes. Whatever tomfoolery happens here, and this is from a person who watched the Acclaim lose the tag titles to these 2
schmucks.
Sure, I'm still trying to understand Colton's hair, but what I will say is this: the Guns, I'm high on the Guns.
They've come a long way in a year.
They have, and I think, you know what? If they're really trying to push Bullet Club Gold right now, like I think that they are, Jay White started his main event thing. Juice Robinson is wrestling consistently on Collision. If the Guns have the tag titles, I think it builds up a new faction to where they can now be plugged and played into anywhere, and they're not solely on Collision. I think you build more for AEW with a Guns taking home the tag titles maybe after Wrestledream than anything else. Because as much as in my heart of hearts I would love to see Aussie Open win, I don't think TK's ready to pull that trigger yet.
No. I think it's I'll go as far as say I think the Guns are the next tag team champions. And it may be at the end of the night on this show, but yeah, I'm all in on the Guns. I think to me, maybe it sounds crazy, but I think the Guns are the odds-on favorites in this one, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen Young Bucks FTR before. The Lucha Brothers. But I think the only other team that could possibly win, honestly, is Orange Cassidy and Hook. As crazy as that sounds.
But even then,
you, Jay and B-Row, you guys know that I am a huge Guns mark, and I have been forever. Even before Bullet Club Gold, I was in on these guys. But they are who I want to win, but I don't think they will win. I think Orange Hook is going to win. Because if not, then what's the point of this? You know, especially with Orange Cassidy coming off the international run, I feel like they're trying to keep him involved in a big way in some way. I don't think that Orange Hook will win the tag titles at all. But I do think they'll win this somehow and be kept inserted in important storylines with FTR just to keep Orange Cassidy on TV and in a big spot.
Well, and I think the biggest important, like I said, the most important thing here is that tagline, anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Exactly.
I personally, I think I'm going to go with the Guns on this one because Colton Gunn has the same hairstyle of a girl I dated when I was in the 11th grade.
Well, there you go. There you
What
have
was
it.
her name? What was her name, Best Scout?
Colton.
Keisha.
Shout out to Keisha one time.
Extremely. You know why else you're choosing the Guns?
Why?
Because all of your choices have been based on asses, and they are ass boys.
Oh my God!
I mean, they're the ass.
You thought it was an accident. I'm swerving y'all.
Y'all ready for? Are you all ready for story time with Mr. B-Roll, baby?
Oh boy.
Sheesh.
So true story. The first wrestling entrance I ever saw was the Guns
with Daddy Ass.
with Daddy Ass.
I was there. I seen it.
And
He seen it.
that was like my first taste of the wrestling world, and I literally thought people were about to jump the barricade and like murder them. Like, can we say that on the internet? We'll find out.
Yes, murder.
But yes, yeah, I'm picking the Guns. Guns up.
Wow. Guns up, everybody.
Bang, bang,
Gonna
bang.
happen. Bang, bang.
Boom.
Bang,
Man,
bang, bang.
I hated them until like 3 months ago.
Oh, let's talk about this big trios matchup as the Don Callis family. Now,
So much ass.
Takeshita and Sammy Guevara, the newest member, along with Will Ospreay, are going to go up against the team of Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega teaming for, I think, maybe the first time ever. It's very interesting. How you guys feel about this trios matchup?
I don't know. After that beatdown in Tokyo,
Mm.
Poor Kota.
I am rock hard for this one.
Well, if Kota can't make it, you think they replace him with I don't know, like who would they replace him with? I don't see like Kota Ibushi's gonna be there.
Yeah, and there's no replacing Kota Ibushi.
Probably. If for some reason they are playing that where Ibushi's not going to be there, probably Daniel Garcia.
Hear me out. Toriano.
Pulling
Pulling up with the DVDs. Chris, who did you get? It was a last minute call, okay? I got who I could get.
Alex Reynolds from the Dark Order.
It's Rob Van Dam. Weed's legal here. That's the only way I can get him to get
Up
here.
there, brother.
I told him I got 2 kilos of the good Colombian Kush in the back for him. I did what I had to do, Chris.
you know, with this match though, I feel like I should be more excited for it than I am, because like when I look at it, okay, this has a lot of pieces that I like. It has Kenny and Kota together. It has Kenny versus Ospreay. It has Sammy versus Jericho. It has Takeshita. But I'm just not really that excited for this match.
I'll tell you this, and this is where I think this match is going for me. The Don Callis family all have some narrative thread against either Chris Jericho or Kenny Omega, and kind of by extension Kota Ibushi as well. These three, the Chris Jericho, Kota Ibushi, and Kenny Omega, are only really together because they're fighting this one faction. Like, they're not an actual team. For me personally, I'm thinking the Don Callis family wins here with Sammy pinning Jericho. And through this, we get maybe a rubber match at like Full Gear or something that's a little bit better than their Grand Slam match. I wasn't personally a fan of their Grand Slam match. I thought it was a little but then this will then evolve into the rubber match between Jericho and Omega.
Oh, I like that little sort. See, that's my big thing on this matchup. I think the underlying story is, can Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho coexist as a tag team? And I think they're going to tease that all throughout this matchup. And I think ultimately that's going to be their demise, that they won't be able to coexist. And the Don Callis family's winning this one, in my opinion.
Is Will Ospreay a part of the Don Callis family, or is he just a gun for hire?
In AEW wise, I think. Oh, actually, that is a good point.
I'm pretty sure that Don specifically called him a family member on Wednesday.
Okay.
I think he is. I think he's pretty much a gun for hire. I think Don Callis looks at him as a member of the Don Callis family, but I don't think
just a mercenary.
Ospreay.
I mean, let's be honest. Will Ospreay's coming to AEW, right?
Yeah.
So why not? Like that's what I am most looking forward to with this match. Is just I love Don Callis. I just think he's very good at what he does. I used to love him in WWF when he was the Jackal. Like he's
Loved
just
him as Cyrus in ECW.
Yeah, he's a very good talker. He's very convincing, and I was really looking forward to seeing what this Don Callis family was, and I'm liking what it's shaping up to be, especially if Ospreay is like officially a member. And I feel like Ospreay's coming to AEW permanently soon.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the best thing that's happened to Sammy is them putting him in with the Don Callis family.
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. I've been like that when there was that short period of time where Sammy had left the Inner Circle and was out on his own, and he was doing fine, I thought. And him like rejoining the JAS was really a step back for him. He just got right back in Jericho's shadow, and that is what he needs. He needs to get the hell away from teaming up with Jericho, and this is the perfect way to do it.
Somebody had brought this up in a video I was watching on YouTube. Like, of the four pillars, I think it would be arguable to say that Jack Perry was the one that needed the most work, like character-wise. Yeah. Now I'm truthfully feeling like it's Sammy because, okay, so heel when the Inner Circle formed. Inner Circle breaks up, has a short face run. Turns with the JAS again. Turns face to help Jericho. Is now turned heel again. That's Big Show levels of heel and face turning there. And it's like, pick one so we can follow him through that journey. Either make him a super cocky, sly, thinking kind of, the Spanish god, or make him a guy that is like, hey, I'm just trying to become a better person, and build him up to be that, that guy that bad guy turned face, like a Vegeta a la Dragon Ball Z for my anime nerds out there, Sammy
Guevara is AEW's Big Show.
Oh no.
Turn after turn after turn.
Put him in the Captain Insano outfit.
You are so freaking right.
He should have been out there in that flotation device with Captain Insano.
All facts.
On his shoulders.
But yeah, another underlying point. You said Will Ospreay's coming to AEW. I don't know about that, but
what's left for him in New Japan?
Well, apparently Tony Khan bought New Japan. Rumor has it.
That was the rumor. I don't think that's true after seeing the MLW shit. But
I was going to say, I don't think so with that either. Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I think the only thing really holding Ospreay back would be, like, does he really want to commit to coming to the United States?
Yeah. I've said this too. You know who else used to say that was Kenny Omega, and he came because he got paid a lot of fucking money.
You know who also used to say that was
Nakamura,
Gunther.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
A lot of people said it until a lot of money was thrown their way, and then it changed.
See, you know what it is? They get over here, they have some in and out, and it's like, okay, fuck, I'm hooked.
They have a cheese curd, they eat a bowl of gumbo, and they go, oh, I see why people stay here.
They swim in a kiddie pool full of Mountain Dew, and they realize where the promised land is.
That's right.
You're telling me I can get pizza rolls whenever I want?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, and if Ospreay does leave New Japan, I do not think he goes to WWE because he doesn't want that schedule. I think he would go to AEW, but I could see him staying in New Japan.
He would have a better future in AEW, I feel. Honestly,
Yeah,
he could be running AEW here in like the next 5 years.
Yeah,
And I'm okay with that.
He
'Cause
went
I
to
agree.
AEW. He's definitely good. I mean, he was a top guy in New Japan too, sure, but he's just done everything there is to do there. He's wrestled everybody there is to wrestle there. I think that's one of my problems with New Japan, at least, is that it gets very repetitive. Same
That's
guys, a lot of same matches over and over. Ospreay's got the same thing. Just imagine the matches he could have coming to AEW. He's got 100 people on there. Really touched. So.
And the beautiful thing with if he does come to AEW, he can still go over to New Japan when when it works. So,
all valid points.
AEW's the cool uncle.
If you're gonna make me pick a winner, though, because that's what we do here on prediction shows, I'm going with the hodgepodge team of Kenny, Kota Ibushi, and Chris Jericho. I think Kenny has to get a win over Takeshita and Don Callis.
It's not happening here, though, I don't think. I don't know.
I'm going against the grain here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely saying Don Callis family. I think they need to win to keep the momentum going for both Sammy and Takeshita. And I don't really think Kenny needs to beat Takeshita. I think Kenny realizes he's, on the back end of his career. And I don't really think Kenny's going, I got to win every match. I got to beat people. I still got to be on top. I don't think Kenny really cares about that like that.
XLJ, why did you let me pick before Hambone?
Because you're below me, right below me. I don't know. Like you're right in the sequence of things.
He makes a lot of sense.
He doesn't like when I talk because then he goes to my side and he believes what I say.
You're like Darth Vader or something. When our wrestling prediction shows, come to the dark side.
To the dark side.
Extremely. Who you got in this one, buddy?
I'm going with the asses, and Lord knows I've seen Jericho's, and it ain't it. So I'm going Don Callis family here.
And best scout?
I'm going to go the Don Callis family on this one.
Ah, yes. Well,
and Takeshita kicks out of a one-winged angel. I can't say it first.
Oh my God! No, I don't know about that, but you never know. Crazier
have the
shit.
IWC have a giant meltdown in a three.
I want that so bad.
Ooh, now speaking of wanting really bad, this to me is one of the match that could steal the show for the night. We have got the Ring of Honor World Tag or the World Heavyweight Championship and the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Eddie Kingston. Eddie Two Belts, baby, defended against the ROH Pure Champion Katsuyori Shibata in a dream matchup. Holy shit! Whose nipples are hardest for this one? I'm going to say mine. Because mine are like
TK they grew 3 inches long.
You could hang a raincoat off mine right now.
TK is just telling Eddie, sorry you haven't been on Dynamite. Here's everything. Just throw everything at him.
As he should.
I love
How to get the petroleum jelly for this one.
Hell yeah, because Eddie has deserved it. Eddie Kingston is a saint on this earth. I believe in my heart of hearts that Eddie Kingston is walking out still being Eddie Two Belts. And this is going to be probably a match of the year candidate, and I shall yield my time as the pro wrestling Reddit nerd that I am is slowly coming out. I'm not voting per ass this time, but then again, that dad bod ass just hits different, you know.
How can
you sit on the mouth?
This is one of the two matches that I'm most looking forward to. You guys know I'm a massive Eddie Kingston fan, but I am also a massive Shibata fan. I found Shibata just as he got injured. And I was very upset because I loved his matches and then he was gone. So it's awesome to see him back. And I just want to see these two slap the shit out of each other.
Literally.
A
Literally.
lot of slapping.
Literally.
Chests
Yeah.
are going to be red. Nipples are going to be hard.
Oh yeah.
Women are going to cry. Babies are going to be born after this one, folks.
Amen to
Indeed.
that.
That damn good.
But I'm going with the Mad King on this one. And Hambone said something that made me think back to the last match real quick though. Kota Ibushi and Ospreay are going to be in this match together. I feel like they have to do a callback to the what is it, the hidden blade or
Yeah,
Mhm.
it could happen.
yeah. When he said injured, I went back to that because I thought that.
But this matchup, though, who do you think's winning this one?
Mad King.
Yes, Eddie
The
Kingston,
world is
indeed.
cold.
Yeah.
Better bundle up. I said the world is cold. Better bundle up.
Best Scout, you got Eddie Kingston?
Oh, 100%. Not a doubt in my mind. I'm going to have the petroleum jelly ready in hand for that match. Eddie
you wanna
Kingston
know-
all the way.
If you want to know the true definition of strong style, just watch this matchup.
Your body will hurt after this. My
It's-
body's
it
going to
is.
hurt, and I'm just watching it.
Yeah,
My chest will turn red as well as my ass. I don't know how.
But this is definitely one of the bigger matchups on this card. I'm looking forward to.
It's because God gave you two hands for a reason.
Damn straight.
And how about this one? In his hometown, we have got Darby Allin challenging everybody's favorite father figure, the TNT champion Christian Cage, in a 2 out of 3 falls matchup for the TNT championship.
I truthfully believe that everyone owes Christian Cage a Father's Day card.
I will say this, guys, the past month and a half or 2 months of the TNT title, this is the most interesting it's been maybe since like Brody held it, honestly.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you.
On Christian Cage's behalf, I say you're welcome.
Yeah.
Right?
This is part of me is saying like there's no way Darby loses again, right? Especially in Seattle. But I gotta choose Christian here. I will be so upset if Christian does not win this one. And he has been so goddamn good the past couple weeks. What are you laughing at, B-roll?
I'm raising my hand and waiting to be called on.
Go ahead.
Proceed.
What if Darby loses because Nick Wayne turns on him?
You son of a...
Ah, that's a very valid point.
I would say regardless of what happens, we've already gotten Darby winning the TNT title in Seattle. It wasn't on a pay-per-view, but he got that moment. And there's another point I want to make about another Seattle area-based wrestler later on. So for me personally, it's Christian Cage. And I think this is where we start to see the turn of Luchasaurus and Christian Cage, because now it's no longer their TNT title. This is his TNT title.
I honestly, you kind of gave away a little bit of what I was thinking, B-roll. Like, I do think that's how it goes down, legit. I think it comes down to Christian Cage 2, Darby 1. I think Darby's about to win it, and I think Nick Wayne turns on Darby. Because obviously Nick wants to keep Mama happy, and hey, Christian slid into her DMs, and
I was gonna say, I hope that's how I want it to end. I want Nick Wayne to turn on Darby, help Christian win, and then Christian gets out of the ring and just shoves his tongue down Nick Wayne's mom's throat.
a la
Hear me out.
WrestleMania 20
Yeah.
with Trish Stratus and Christian. The
Yeah.
the
Sounds like my
tongue or
browser
whatever.
history.
Let's do
Hear
it.
me
Let's
out. We'll have down the line. We'll have Daddy Ass versus Daddy Cage for the TNT title. Nick Wayne's going to start calling him Daddy Cage,
Oh my gosh, I love.
and we'll have a Daddy versus Daddy.
This is just too good for this to end and get the TNT title off of Christian. I think. I mean,
No.
if they did do it and they did take it off of him, is it going to hurt Christian? No, he's Christian fucking Cage. But I don't know. To me, it wouldn't make sense, even though it being in Darby's hometown. And I think the fact that it's 2 out of 3 falls is what really makes me think Christian's going to retain.
Smack a rocket to the back of this young whippersnapper Christian Cage. And I truly think too, if it's not Nick Wayne, maybe we see an AEW debut of one Adam Copeland, aka Edge. I'm just saying.
Damn it!
I feel like there's something's gonna happen.
I have a theory, but I'm saving that
Wow.
for the end of the show.
On this day,
I already had an idea in my head where
everything
Christian wins the match. He's celebrating. The lights go out. They come back on. Adam Copeland is standing in the ring. He spears Christian. He gets to the mic and goes, "Who's your daddy?" Babies cry.
Oh man. Well, I hate to be the burster of bubbles here, but I don't think he's technically out of his contract till November. So I don't think.
Let me believe in things that may not be true.
I would love it. I have a theory for it. Like
You
I said.
love crushing dreams.
Excuse me. Edge just retired. He does not have the 90-day compete clause like the rest of the wrestlers.
But he's still under contract with WWE, technically.
But excuse me.
All right, you fucking Mark.
A wizard did it. That's the answer. A wizard did it. There. I'm sorry. In Dynamite episode 219,
at the 1 hour, 45 minute, and 33 second mark, the Darby Allin had a look on his face, and you could obviously tell that Adam Copeland would be showing up on November the 19th, 2024. No, yes. Does anybody think Darby's going to win this?
no.
I'm not going to be
loser.
surprised, but no, I want Christian to win.
Fucking loser.
I think Darby is gonna go away for a little bit after this match. Maybe go hike Mount Everest, like you said, back in Double or Nothing, and then come back and do a program with MJF. Maybe. I think Darby's gonna take some time off after this match, and it's well deserved.
I'll tell you one thing: if Darby wins, it's because of Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sting.
You never. I like that theory of Darby taking time off. I don't know if I'd say he'd come back and feud with MJF. I think he'd just pick back up with Christian Cage and get revenge against him and Dick Wayne, who I really think is turning on Darby.
He just needs to go home, heal his wounds, have sex with a beanbag chair, rediscover himself, come back with no makeup on.
Well, personally, I this is getting a little off topic, but I would like to see Darby take the belt off MJF and then Swerve to take it off of him, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be cool, but I don't know. We'll
Yep.
have to-
Extreme League has motives down there. He has motives. I know what match he wants to talk about.
I'll tell you
This
what.
one.
This is one. Seriously, legit. I think this is another one could easily steal the show. The
love
TBS
that.
Championship. Chris Statlander defending against Julia Hart. I am so pumped that Julia Hart's getting this title shot and getting a big moment like this at Wrestledream. And I've loved everything she's been doing with House of Black. She is like the biggest beneficiary of joining the House of Black out of everybody there. Because keep in mind, what were they doing with her before? She was like a fucking cheerleader or something.
Cheerleader.
No.
Million times better. Her
He has
in-rings
greatly
got
improved
better.
with House of Black.
Yeah.
I did not think that she was a good fit for it, but she proved me wrong because she has greatly improved since joining House of Black. So.
And the part I love about this is this was a story that was largely told on AEW Dark, RIP.
RIP.
You know what's weird about that though is, and maybe it's just because they're not counting ROH. Wouldn't technically Athena be the have the longest not getting pinned?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, she's had like 39 title defenses, so I'm pretty sure it's really hard, but maybe they're not.
Did they say she has the longest? Did they say she had the longest, or just like 20 wins in a row?
No, they said she has the longest undefeated streak of the women.
Well, I mean, not to get down to semantics, but didn't Willow pin Athena in the Owen Hart tournament?
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah, see? There he is, right there. That little fucking mark had to come to me.
Yeah, I'm a mark. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Give me,
excuse
sir.
me.
You're incorrect.
Actually,
according to
excuse me.
according to Cage fight.
Actually, Chris Statlander's actually doing Magnum, not Blue Steel, in her in her Zoolander cosplay. What a blunder, but that's quite all right. We've all been wrong before.
Well, it's
I've
not
never
often that your friends die in a harmless gasoline fight. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, this matchup, like I say, I really think this is one of those matchups that could easily steal the show this Sunday.
Agreed.
But man, both sides have such huge momentum. Does Statlander retain, or does Julia Hart win the TBS title here, guys?
I don't think
retains.
that Julia Hart wins it. I think Stat's gonna keep the belt for a while because I don't know. They are high on her, but I think she's lost a lot of momentum after that last injury, and she has not gotten it back. But I don't think they're going to take the title off.
I don't know. See, Hambone, I got to disagree with you there, buddy, because, I mean, I just looked back to a couple weeks ago. Pretty much in, like, back-to-back shows, she defeated the most dominant TBS champion of all time in Jade Cargill, and then she beat the most dominant AEW Women's Champion of all time, Britt Baker.
Oh, I'm not debating that. I guess what I mean with the fans.
Oh, okay. It's momentum.
She was white hot before she got injured last time. It was clear that they were probably going to have her beat Jade then. And then she got injured, and I don't feel like she's gotten that back with the crowd. I feel like people don't even really know, like, what is her whole thing now? You know, she's dropped the alien thing. I don't know.
No more booping.
She's kind of with best friends, kind of not. Like,
Yeah.
No, she's with best friends. I mean,
I would say this. I think what they're trying to do with the TBS title now, because the TBS title was Jade Cargill for so long. Like, that title was as synonymous, like, it was basically part of her attire at a certain point. Like, we were just so used to her seeing it with her. I think what we're trying to do right now is like what AEW did with Orange Cassidy and the international title, to where this is the
Workhorse
women's.
title.
This is the workhorse title for the women's division. And,
1,000% agree.
And I agree with you, Jay. Like, you know, that main event she had with Britt Baker on Collision was a great match, and I really do think that they are building her up to make this what the TBS title is going to be, which is the workhorse title for the women's division, and to finally, you know, kind of buck the trend that a lot of people have had in the narrative of the AEW women's division, to where it's not booked right. And I do agree that a lot of that is still there. A lot of that is still there with the amount of time the women get on each show, but they're starting to add more diversity to the division, and I think that's a huge step in that direction, is making the TBS title feel like a workhorse title.
I feel like this may be a hot take, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I feel more emotionally invested in the TBS title right now, in the reign and the run of Chris Statlander, way more than I do in Saraya as the AEW Women's Champion.
But we know why that is, Jay.
Because I love Chris Statlander. She's
Exactly.
like one of my favorites.
It's you know, it's like, yeah, I want Willow to have all
Look
the
out.
help.
Right.
You know,
I'm a little biased, but
You're a little biased, you jerk. Now I got my own prediction of what's going to happen. All right, hear me out. Maybe a little bit of fantasy booking. All right, Chris Statlander beats Julia Hart. The lights go out. Come back on. Adam Copeland is Adam Copeland is standing in the middle of the ring. Spears Chris Statlander. Baby stride.
hey, and then he goes,
Who's your
"Daddy's
daddy?"
home."
Oh,
It says Mama's home, so Daddy's home.
I hope to God that's the finish of the rest of these matches.
Every match ends with that.
I want every match to end like that. Oh, that'd be great.
whoa.
Like the lights go out like the fourth or fifth time. It's like, really?
I need like Adam Copeland wearing like an Edge Halloween mask, and we do the Sting thing. Who is it? Oh, it's Copeland again.
Oh my God! So does anybody think Julia Hart takes the title here?
What a damn person.
I think eventually, but not at WrestleDream.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point. Eventually, yes.
Plot twist, she wins.
No. Ruby will be the one, I think, to throw Statlander.
I think Ruby should.
That's fair. Ruby deserves it.
Yeah.
She does.
Long overdue. But... Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This is the one
So
match,
much
I got to
facial
say.
hair.
This is the match of the night for me, boys. This is the one I am looking forward to the most. A year to the date, folks. FTR Aussie Open for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Holy fuck. Yeah, that literally. Put it away, Best Scout. I feel you. I got to put mine away, too.
I can't see because he's in the way.
B-roll,
Rock hard.
Rock hard. You love your tag team wrestling. Like, how excited
do.
are you for this matchup?
I do. Okay, show of hands or by vote. Who all has seen the first match at Royal Quest?
I actually haven't.
Oh, brother.
Okay,
I'm a
it's okay.
loser.
Let me. I highly recommend you check it out. I can even help you with this if you would like.
Lovely.
Now, let me put
Slide
it to you
into
this
his
way.
DMs afterwards.
Slide into his DMs and give him that login information. Let me say this. There is one point, and I won't say which team, but there's one point. Well, I won't say what move it is, but there's one point where the one team has both of the other team in a submission move, and they end up slapping each other across the face, saying, like, don't you dare freaking tap out. Oh, my goodness. I was invested at that point. Oh, my gosh. It
And
was
Aussie
beautiful.
Open has got so much momentum and is on fire right now, man. They are killing it.
And you got a great ass.
And you want to talk about asses? Is
Yeah.
there any
Can we go to
ass?
Extreme League?
There is no ass in the world of professional wrestling right now as glorious as one Mark Davis. I mean, that ass
Talk about a double
goes
quarter pounder
on for
with cheese, baby.
Jesus, brother. You talk about
Talk
it.
about a Royale
Yeah.
with cheese.
Royal
That's
cheese.
the real Mr. Ass right there.
That's
My
what
God.
the oi. That's what the oi of Aussie Open is.
It's like your booty cheeks clapping.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Bounce when he walks. Bounce when he walks.
But seriously,
Kyle
though,
Fletcher's the
like,
talker, and and Mr.
I
Davis.
think this one's going to get the most time out of all the matches in the evening.
As it should.
Yeah. Do you think they do some type of finagled finish where it's like they announce, "Oh, this is a 30-minute time limit," when they go like 30 minutes or something like that? You think
I
they
could
do
see
a time
that.
limit draw?
Because we haven't
Could
seen a
happen.
time limit draw for tag yet, have we? We've only seen it for singles.
I don't think we have, but I mean, I believe rule of thumb is typically world tag title matches are a 60-minute time limit. I can't see him giving that much time as loaded of a show this is.
I
But
think maybe they'll finagle the rules a little bit, so where it's like 30-minute time limit.
wink, wink. Like, if we hear that, then you already know what the fucking finish of this match is.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
still, it's going to be a hell of a classic, man. It's going to be an all-time great. Let me ask you this. Does this top the first matchup, you think? Can they top the first matchup?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they
It can be done.
Yeah, I think FTR is like just their work rate's incredible. And I think Aussie Open, like on this big of a stage, they're going to want to like show the world what exactly they're all about.
But
Yeah,
does
we're
that
gonna
translate
see.
into a win?
No.
That's the thing. I don't think. I
Yeah,
think
no.
ultimately at the end of the day, FTR retains. But like I said earlier, I think the Guns come out immediately after this, jump FTR, and I think the Guns are walking out of Seattle with the tag titles. That's my prediction.
I would agree with you, yes.
Or they could.
This one's for you,
not.
Kesha.
It's got to happen at some point, brother.
And I'm excited because I heard at some point that at the end of the match, the lights are going to go out. They're going to come back on. Adam Copeland is going to be in the middle of the ring. He's going to spear them and say, "Who's your daddy? Baby's going to cry."
It's gonna be like Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. And then
Isn't Edge good friends with FTR too?
He is
true.
actually, yeah.
True. On this day, all I can see is Mark Davis's ass. That's what he says.
On this day, all I can see is Cash Wheeler wielding a 9. Oh, sorry, too soon.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Great. Now we got to do editing.
no. So I don't know. Does anybody think Aussie Open could pull out the win in this one?
I'm sure somewhere in the multiverse it's possible, but just not this one.
Maybe eventually, but not now.
I think that's the consensus, right? I think eventually, but not now.
FTR shall win.
We agree too much, y'all.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Aussie Open's going to win. He's getting 5 minutes.
In 5
Buy
minutes.
a roll-up.
Squash match, bet.
Squash match all the way. FTR didn't see it coming. And then the lights will go out. Okay, I'm done.
Nonetheless, like I said, this has all the potential of being like match of the night. That's for damn sure.
With just 5 minutes.
Speaking of matches of the night, this is one I don't think you can sleep on. And holy shit, after this week,
Oh.
like how they've built this up over the promos, especially with Swerve, man. Swerve is showing why he is a superstar. The build-up for this matchup has been incredible. Like this easily is like, I feel like this is being billed as like pretty much semi-main event.
Yes,
I would look at the main event.
Yeah.
I mean the contract signing basically closed out Dynamite. Kind of,
Yeah.
sorta.
Yeah. No, it really did.
This will be the main event?
You think this will be the main event?
I think so.
No, the dream match is the main event.
Oh, yeah.
I think
We're not
it's gonna
talking about
be-
that yet.
But I mean, damn, this has got potential to be, and obviously it's gonna be a huge moment for Swerve. Like, definitely the biggest, most high-profile matchup he's been to in AEW so far. Would you guys say?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's finally being booked like he should have.
He should. Yeah.
And who would have thought all it would have took was Prince Nana's dance to go viral to get Swerve over?
I really just want them to drop the Mogul Embassy thing and just have it be Swerve and Nana.
Yes.
I'd be okay with that.
Prince Nana.
Stop making everything a faction. Just have him Swerve be Swerve. He's amazing on his own. He doesn't need Brian Cage or the Gates of Agony. I don't think anyone really needs Gates of Agony.
No.
Go ahead.
So, spoiler alert, the other wrestler from Seattle that I had an opinion on was Swerve Strickland, which is, shock. Oh, how could we have seen this coming? But I will say this. Swerve's promo, his initial promo against Hangman, here's the thing. He's the heel, but he's absolutely right. If Swerve had the opportunities that Hangman has had in AEW, he would already been the first Black World Champion in this company. Yep. Period. Point blank. I think it would be a great mistake. It would be probably the biggest booking mistake of Tony Khan's booking career if Swerve does not win. We are in his hometown.
I love Hangman, but there's no way in hell Swerve is not winning this match.
We are in his hometown. Swerve has proven that not
God
only
damn,
that he
right.
has mainstream appeal, he has appeal towards everybody. He's over as hell. If a man brings Rick Ross onto your show and somehow makes a viral meme out of that, like,
hey,
Swerve,
you a big motherfucker.
I was thinking more so accusations. False accusations. These are not accusations, sir. False accusations.
But I think
The
this match
legend.
seriously could easily steal the show. That's the great thing about this WrestleDream card. There is a multitude of matches that could steal the show. This is definitely.
I mean,
one of
that's every AEW pay-per-view, though, right?
This is that's true.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it, Hambone.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody think that Hangman walks out with the win?
No.
No, not a damn person. We all know Swerve is going to win, and at the end of the match, Adam Copeland's going to be in the back going, "No, I'm good."
Let him have his moment. That ain't me, son. No, I'm good.
That would be racist if I came out.
Turns out Adam Copeland's a huge Swerve mark.
Can we do like the moment with him? Like, let's say the lights go off, lights come on, Adam Copeland's in the ring and he does like the Homer Simpson where he just slowly backs away. Like, nope,
No,
nope, not
No.
doing it in this one.
hear me
I
out.
think Adam Copeland will come out afterwards, and then he'll just play Swerve's theme song on a kazoo.
Oh, I love it. Prince Nana's dancing. Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, I
You know
love
Adam Copeland
Hangman,
owns a buckshot, a kill shot mask.
Yo, speaking of that, though, I loved that line from Swerve.
What's
Oh,
a
beautiful.
kill shot?
Kill shot. That
Lucha
was
Underground reference.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. But, gentlemen, we got one more to talk about. It's your main event. It's the
This is
dream
what's
match.
my nipples are right here.
This is the one we've been waiting for years. Bryan Danielson, 1-on-1 with Zack Sabre Jr. This is going to be a technical masterpiece. Somewhere right now, Frank Gotch is in his grave, creaming his pants. Dean Malenko's in the back, creaming his pants, thinking about this one. This is
So
gonna.
much
There's all
creaming,
these technical wrestlers are just creaming themselves, like
You know what I-
And
you know what I
we're all
love
15
about this
stars
match?
by Dave Meltzer.
It
You know what
already
I
got
love about this
7.
match? There hasn't been one promo or interaction between these two men on AEW programming, and it doesn't fucking matter.
It
Doesn't
doesn't.
matter.
It's
It's
already
going to be
there.
the main event, and I still want to fucking see it more than almost any other match on the show.
Yeah, it sells itself. That's all you have to do. Oh, Bryan Danielson's going up against Zack Sabre Jr. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Oh,
How much? How much?
And I mean,
Yeah.
let's think about this. The past two Forbidden Doors, we really thought we were going to get this matchup. I mean, it didn't happen at the first one because of injury. And the second one, I mean, we did get that classic Danielson versus Okada match. But here we are now, Wrestledream. Bryan Danielson's hometown. And here's the thing. This could possibly be Bryan Danielson's last match in front of his home crowd. And it's going up against a guy who many say is arguably the best technical wrestler since Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Dude, that's your story there, man. You don't even, like you say, we don't need no vignettes, no hype packages, no nothing. Just they're going to settle this in the ring, and this is going to be fucking glorious.
So I've got a theory. I think that Danielson's going to win this because I think that, with Danielson talking about this being his last match and also with, him beating Ricky twice, I think what we're gearing up for is Danielson is going to be the one to beat MJF. I think we're going to go all the way to the end of the year, and MJF's going to get on that bidding war of 2024 shit. We're going to get right up to, the end, and Bryan Danielson is going to be the one who comes in and saves AEW, and Papa Khan's going to give him an AEW world title run before he retires.
It makes sense. B-Roll and I were talking about that on PW60 a couple weeks ago. And my thoughts on it are, does Danielson need it? He doesn't need it, but it'd be pretty fucking cool if he had it.
But
I
Yeah.
think he's deserved it.
He
Danielson
deserves it.
has given so much to AEW, despite even the injury. Despite even his checkerboard injury history. He's given so much of himself to professional wrestling. He gave so much of himself to WWE, and he's given so much of himself to AEW, and he does it just because he loves it. And I totally agree with your point there. I don't think he needs it, but I think he's deserved it.
Yeah, and not only that, if he's only got, say, a year left, why not give him the belt? Because, no matter what you want to argue here, Bryan Danielson is a name in wrestling. He already made his name outside of AEW, so why not give him a little 6-month run and let people, maybe come over to see him as world champion again?
Yeah,
I'll allow
If
it.
anything, he's owed it because that man, pretty much, we were there, Hambone. When that got announced, we thought for sure that crowd was going to be hostile as fuck and take over. And who's the guy that came out and saved the day and saved all out, essentially, being a phenomenal show? It was Bryan Danielson.
And knowing Bryan Danielson, I will go even further. Not only do I think he'll beat MJF and be the champion, I think that he will be the champion until he retires. And what he'll do is he'll put his career on the line against some younger up-and-comer and put them over and really make them in the end. because
Oh, yeah,
that's
Swerve.
what Bryan Danielson is.
You're gonna say Wheeler Yuta's gonna be the guy, right?
You shut your fucking dirty mouth.
But the
You
piggyback
shut your
off
whore
of-
mouth.
but the
I mean,
piggyback
first-
of-
Swerve.
First one that popped in my head was Ricky Starks, but I'm not. Will he still be with the company at that point?
Boy, if it was what a full circle moment that would be.
Mhm.
But
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Imagine it being Eddie Kingston.
Oh my god.
Could be.
Yeah.
To piggyback off of your point there, Hambone, I totally agree. I think this is great. But I think also we're building up the mythos of Bryan Danielson to where he becomes like a literal pro wrestling god. Like he defeats Okada. He defeats Zack Sabre Jr. Even have him defend the belt against Ospreay, Naito. I don't know, Joshua Alexander. Like build him to be this I am the unkillable one in the world of wrestling, and then have someone come in and topple them, and then you have a ready-made star.
I think it's got to be somebody too that needs the rub, like a young talent, somebody who like hasn't had a world title run, somebody like a Ricky Starks or Darby Allin or something. One thing I will say this with Bryan Danielson, as far as this run, I do not see. There's no fucking way that Danielson Okada 2 does not happen at the Tokyo Dome on January 4th. Because there's no way fucking New Japan lets
me like that.
There is no way
Ooh.
New Japan's
Ooh.
letting their golden boy get a loss and not avenge it. It's gonna happen.
You tried to make me take my pants off over here?
I guarantee you, Wrestle Kingdom this
This is
year.
a PG
it's gonna be
product, pal.
Danielson.
Oh, it's never
Danielson,
PG with
Okada
me.
too. But nonetheless, I mean, does anybody think Zack Sabre Jr. wins this one?
I think so. I
you
think
know-
there's a chance he will pass the torch, sort of, to him. I think there is a chance of Zack Sabre Jr. winning.
I'm 60-40, honestly. I that's kind of what I was going to suggest. I think there is a good possibility that Danielson does pass the torch to Zack Sabre Jr. as far as technical wrestlers.
And I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't either.
You know
I
who the
honestly,
real-
like, the only reason that I don't think so is because if that's the case, then why couldn't he have lost to Ricky Starks?
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean? Like, what's
Well, let me
what
throw
was-
a monkey wrench at it. It's something I just touched upon. Maybe this is the favor that New Japan gets back for Danielson going over Okada. Maybe it's like, okay,
Or-
we need you to put Zack Sabre Jr. over because he is going to be our next huge star.
For Antonio Inoki, he must win.
Or
So the real winners here, though, would be the fans.
absolutely.
And the babies cry.
And then after the match, the lights are going to go out. And then when they come back up, Adam Copeland's going to be in there.
Actually,
know,
it's a guy. It's a guy
Genius.
that
I
has
would
the
never thought of
mask,
that.
and he takes it off, and it's actually just Tyrus.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
That's how
Tyrus,
he
you
get
fooled me
booed out
again.
of Danielson's hometown.
Funky's on the road. Come on now, Funky. No.
On a row. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama.
Hit those ropes like a geriatric patient.
Extremely. I just want you to know I have the mouse over your remove button. My finger's on the clicker.
I'm saying the things other wrestling content creators are too afraid to say. You're all thinking it. Don't boo me. You know I'm right.
So I said earlier, I do have a theory on Adam Copeland. I think we're all in agreement that he will show up in AEW.
Eventually.
In every match. We've already discussed this.
Let me- I know. Well, here's the thing. This is me being real with you right now. I'm going to tie it in and put a little bow. I think Adam Copeland comes in, and he's the devil.
Ooh.
right. Throwing it out there. It's
Does he
probably
have an ass?
well,
I don't
I
think
don't-
Ed
as
has
long as
that.
he's not. He doesn't really have an ass. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying-
really, at the end of it, like, whoever is in that costume necessarily doesn't have to be.
oh,
No.
1,000%.
anybody.
Whoever was in that
I'll
costume, I don't even
retribution.
think those guys.
No, excuse me. Why would they do that? No, there's purposely clues in that clip for us.
I don't
And
think
besides,
so.
Adam Cole had the mask in his cubby.
It's cubby.
His cubby?
It was his cubby.
What are we? Are we in fucking second grade in his cubby?
I want to become a professional wrestler just to be able to dress in one locker room and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Is this your cubby?"
Oh my god, that would be amazing on so many goddamn levels.
I remember stashing a whole 2 pounds of cocaine inside of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's cubby.
But my other aspect of this, I don't think you get the reveal with this. It's going to happen at Full Gear. I think Full Gear at all will be revealed, and I think Adam Copeland is the devil.
You said his contract wasn't up till December.
No, it's November.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just going like in the character with that little like
whatever. At Full Gear.
Actually, see. Well, gentlemen, do you have any last thoughts on Wrestledream?
Ass.
Yes, ass. And I also think this is a sleeper choice for pay-per-view of the year.
I agree.
That's what we said. Agree. That's what we said on
PW60.
PW60 yeah. Said, don't be surprised when we walk away from this.
Well, we say this about every AEW pay-per-view after it's
they're all amazing.
I know, right?
Tony Khan's pretty good at this wrestling thing.
If I could just... Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I didn't like... All Out was good, but I didn't think it was pay-per-view of the year.
I don't know. I mean, being there was pretty damn spectacular.
You were there.
I was going to say, do we just get away because you were there, though?
I mean,
I guess that's true.
To me, I would say pay-per-view of the year is still probably Forbidden Door 2.
Interesting. Well, nonetheless, though, this is going to be a home run. And let me just close and say this. Go ahead and watch this on, like, cable provider, whatever. Go ahead and watch it on, Bleacher Report, God forbid. Or pirate it if you have to. There, I said it. But don't watch it on fucking Fight TV. That's right. Fuck
Fight
you,
TV.
Fuck Fight TV.
Fuck
Fight TV. They're stupid fucking asses. That's all I gotta say about that. Fuck Fight TV.
Yeah.
Just had to get one out there. Well, guys, it's gonna be a hell of a show nonetheless. What the fuck happened? Oh man, I love you all. Well, we cannot wait to see Wrestledream this Sunday. It's going to be an amazing show nonetheless. Well, real quickly, Hambone, tell us where we can find you, brother.
You can find me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at notorious_bone. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Hambone right here with 3 A's and 3 O's. You can find me every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube on the Ego Drip Wrestling Podcast with my boys Con from the 703 and It's Lord Lovelace. This week we will be on at 6 so that we can watch Wrestledream, but we are also doing a prediction show. So come watch us, Ego Drip Podcast on Twitch at 6 p.m. this Sunday for our prediction.
I will watch it, and if you change any of your opinions, I will call you out on it.
Listen. Yeah, you'll give me your bullshit. Actually, that's not what you said.
In actuality, Hambone.
That's right. That's right.
Extreme League, tell us where we can find you, pal.
I'm Extreme League Wrestling on all social medias besides X, but frankly, I'm never on there. So Extreme League Wrestling on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Actually, probably by the time this comes out, my Crimes of CM Punk video will be hitting the channel, as well as I have some other things like WCW Halloween Havoc and other videos coming out. So make sure to go follow me over there.
And Best Gout, tell us where we can find you, brother.
You can find Best Gout Machine on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, Threads. I'm pretty sure I'm on Feet Finder and your mom's DMs. Keep an eye out for Gout Foundation Season 2 with J-Nose Wrestling. And soon I'm going to be joining the World Championship Wreckage for the Impact TNA show, Bound for Impact.
Let's go. Well, folks, everybody, enjoy Wrestledream. And as always, please don't forget that like and subscribe button.
Do it.
We'll see you
at
the matches, folks. Let's go.